And
Okay.
we also had the Chicano Moratorium that I didn't mention.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, against the Vietnam War. That was mainly what they did that for because
You
of
were
all
there
that
at the you were at
Chicanos.
first the
Yes,
first one.
the
Yeah.
Brown Berets organized that. It was David Sanchez, the prime minister, that organized that. Or he was involved. I believe Carlos Montoya and a lot of other original Brown Berets, were involved. But Moratorium March was another one. It was one of the biggest protests that they've had
Right.
so far here in Southern California.
Right.
I mean, you had thousands and thousands and thousands of people,
Yeah.
a Chicano raza, It was
Yeah.
beautiful until all the violence started, the sheriffs,
Before the
They
bar.
started pushing the people in from behind, and then they started they always found a reason to call more of their troops in, to start something. Especially when it's being raza, back in these days, in the late 60s and the early 70s, there was a lot of racism. They didn't like us Mexicanos.
Well.
And then another incident we had in Casa Blanca was with the police. We had a lot of incidents with police. That was one of our main fights was against police. The police brutality, how they would beat the Chicanos up. They pick them up, and they take them across the bridge, across the tracks into Denny's, and they beat them up, and they leave them there, and they make them walk home. And that couldn't be justified.
Right.
There was a lot that couldn't be justified, because the cops, hey, cops are right. We're only Mexicans. We're wrong. What the heck,
Yeah.
That's why we fought, and we said, no more. No more, ya basta. So we started fighting against the police, I mean, the police would come in. We even barricaded ourselves in a park one time, and they came, by, we were all at the park, and they started beating up one of the guys there. So we made some cocktails, and we started stirring up. And boy, when they came in in a bus, bus load, they brought in their police. When they came around us, we started throwing cocktail bombs. And they were shooting. It was, oh my God, I couldn't believe. Yeah. And they were fighting back with us. They were so scared they wouldn't even come in. They wouldn't come in where we were at. But they would shoot, and throw their gas bombs or whatever, But
yeah.
They were fighting, throwing bombs. They were so gassed up. You know what? We didn't have no gas mask or nothing. We started crawling out. We crawled out all the way to the end of the park,
Yeah.
And we went into the tunnel, through the drain tunnel. We got out the other side of the tracks. Now, how smart are these cops? We started saying, no, they ain't too smart,
Right.
So we had a lot of confrontations, till one time we were, a lot of that, I said they were partying, and here comes a helicopter, singing and making fun of us, and the cops start coming in, and just cops are just coming in and start getting off their cars and talking, telling us that we need to disperse. We said, we're not doing nothing wrong. We're just we need to disperse area now. They're getting really bad. So everybody decided, we went to a house, and we started talking, and we said, we can't let this happen. They do this to us all the time. We're just having a good time. All getting together. And so then the cop came. The cop came in a dump truck, okay, and he pinpointed one person, because that one person, wouldn't let the cops tell him anything. He would fight back with them, and he got in a fight with this cop at one time. Cop wanted him, so the cop came in plain clothes and in a dump truck. He got off and he pointed the gun at the guy, and everybody saw that, and everybody came out with some guns, cuetes, and started bah bah bah. The took off. The driver got shot in the eye. So they bought the helicopter. They started getting all SWAT and everybody else, and they say like, what the heck, So everybody started getting their guns, and they said, shoot the damn thing down now. Enough is enough. You be singing songs, discriminating us, and something. Oh my God. They shot that thing down, boy. They did it 3 times. And we said, no, we're fighting back. And we shot the helicopter down 3 times.
Wow.
And 3 times. They even bought their darn SWAT. They were so embarrassed because they had to call San Bernardino SWAT to come. We were out we ran into the cornfield. And we all know that's our barrio. We all know how to get out of there.
Right.
You know, they thought they surrounded us. Well, they were there till the next morning. There was nobody there. We were right there with them. Well, where is everybody at? There was nobody.
Right.
That's an embarrassing thing
Right.
for the cops, the Riverside Police Department.
Right.
But they wanted to act real bad. They were very racist and prejudiced, you know.
What year was that? You are getting to one of the questions we
That's
could
some
have.
things that happen in our barrio.
Yeah. What year was that you guys shot down the cops or shot down the helicopter? What year?
Oh my God, what year was it? I don't remember.
Okay. You were there for, because it happened 3 times, right? You said it happened 3 times. So
I think the late 70s.
Right. So you were there for the first time, right?
Mm.
You were around for the first time. You saw it happen for the first time, right? For the first?
Yeah, I saw the first and I saw the second. The third one, it got surprised because I was at the park and I just seen the thing burning up landing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, Mother Mary, they shot it down again." We heard gunshots too, but we thought they were, you know, it's normal in Casa Blanca because of the cops. You know, there's always gunshots. You know?
Right.
It was a helicopter sitting at the park. I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
We wanted to know, for the Marcha de Reconquista, what barrios did you go through in the Inland Empire?
What barrios?
Yeah.
Every barrio, every town from Calexico.
Mm-hmm. Here in the Inland Empire, do you remember?
We went through the east side, okay? We went to Coachella. We went through Indio. We went to Bani. We went through, I think it was Hemet. Did stop in Hemet. And then we came, we stopped in the east side area. We went into Casa Blanca. Every time we stopped, we stayed overnight. Okay, we would stay over till the next day, and then we'd continue early morning our march. Okay, so it was the east side, and then we went to Casa Blanca. Then we went to Corona. We were going to go to La Sierra, but we skipped La Sierra. We went to Corona because we were on time. Okay, and then from Corona, I think we started in Garden Grove. It was a Garden Grove. Well, we stopped before Corona at Garden Grove because we were supposed to stop, but we didn't stay overnight.
Home Garden?
Home Garden, Garden Grove. That's over there in Orange County.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm getting old. Don't remember a lot. I remember enough.
Yeah, you remember enough that you're doing good.
Yes, I remember enough. It's a memory. It's something that you'll never forget. All this that I went through, I never forget.
That's right.
You
lived
never
a life.
forget.
You lived a life.
Yeah, never forget that.
So before we move on to the next question, as far as the helicopters and everything, anything else you want to say about that? Because it's a story that a lot of people don't know about, but it's a big story. So anything more about that helicopter situation? You've told us that the cops were very mean. They were trying to start something, and it was kind of based around them taunting you guys, right?
Yeah, they didn't give up.
Yeah.
The cops couldn't give up. Everything we did, the barricading of the park, the cornfield, the shooting of the helicopter. I mean, we were like, we even at one time court-martial Casa Blanca, stop anybody from coming in, any officials from coming in, the cops, anything. We had a court-martial. We had Brown Berets with rifles and at the tracks, every opening that the cops could come into. Yeah.
Wow.
And the helicopter won't come down because they know that it will go down. We would shoot that helicopter down, and we didn't care no more. We would be a small town, a small barrio, but we didn't care.
Right. And do you remember who the cops were at that time? Their names?
Yeah, not offhand.
Okay.
Not offhand.
I'm sure it's somewhere probably during that time who was sheriff and everything. But yeah.
I think Ferguson was the chief of police, if I can remember. We had a lot of confrontation with him. We would bring him to the community. Some of the community leaders, like the Parker Rec, Riverside, Alcohol, Warclay, and Ayala, and Mary, wanted to stop this violence with us and the police. Mm-hmm. So they would try and make us meet with the chief, and some of the officers that were involved.
Yeah.
But they never brought the officers involved because we would go to some of those meetings. We used to hold meetings at the community center. Everybody would go, and the chief would be there. The only thing is that they didn't like coming because they were scared, And we wanted them not to wear the gun, and they insisted they had to wear. The chief said that he's not coming in. He wouldn't agree with us, so.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, we'll let him go ahead. We said, but what we have to say. We know they're gonna say, they're gonna get mad and they're gonna oppose. They're gonna say it's not true. But we know because we live there and we've been through that, and we will retaliate against the police. I don't know, a long time. Finally, when those helicopters started getting shot down and court martial came. They knew we were fighting back. They wanted a truce. They said, okay, we're going to meet with just the leaders of the community because those are the ones that are going to stop all these other people.
Right.
So they got the community leaders and a leader, someone from one of the clubs, the Brown Berets, community leaders. We met with the police.
Right.
We formed inter-police relations. To hold meetings. Ferguson got out of office. It was someone else. I forgot who it was. He was willing to meet, have a monthly meeting, and hear all the grievances and do something about it. Yeah. We said we just don't want you, we don't want you to tell you all what's going on, and then you go back to your office and
don't do
tap us on the back. We'll see what we can do. No, we want something done. We want something done now.
Right.
So a lot of our raza was being put in prison. The cops were, arresting them, beating them up, put in prison, and we wanted it to stop.
So, if you didn't fight back with violence, do you think anything would have changed?
What, violence has changed?
Yeah, because people want to say that violence doesn't change anything, but you guys used physical force to fight the cops. Did that change things?
Yeah, they used the physical force on us first, so we fought back.
That's right.
It's like if somebody hits you, you're not going to just stand there, right? And they hit you again, you're going to stand there? No, you're going to fight back, That's what we did, But today, it stopped because of all our fighting. When the community leaders and the police department, they formed inter-police relations with. They meet every second Tuesday of the month, and they whatever they have, whatever grievance they have or whatever the cops doing wrong, the communities to bring it forward, and the police also. They want more better community policy in the police,
Yeah, thank you, Cynthia. So we'll move on to question 4. So there is a famous photo that gets reshared all the time of you at a protest. It's the one where you have your hand up. This one.
Oh yeah, that one.
It looks like the front of a march. Can you tell us about that photo? What was the protest that day? What was the protest that day? What were you doing that day?
That was a Marcha Reconquista, our march that we marched 500 miles. Mm-hmm. That was in the state capitol.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And
that picture, how it came out, the FBI took it. My mother got it from the FBI. Okay, because the FBI came to arrest me and my brother. My brother was also a Brown Beret. They said we burned down the American flag. They took pictures and they showed us in front of them in the state capitol. We're up there, me, my brother, and it was Blackie. Okay, and Blackie's a little bit further, but it's between me and my brother. So they went to the house. They showed my mom all these pictures, and this one picture, my mother grabbed that picture.
She took it from the FBI.
I believe she asked him, "Can I have this picture?" He goes, "You sure you don't want this or the burning of the flag?" Mother says no. My mother defended us.
We
beat the case.
Oh,
You know,
that's
because
amazing.
we didn't burn down that. It wasn't. It looked like it. What we did. It looked like we were burning it, but it wasn't us.
Well, did you have a good lawyer? How did you beat the case, you think?
My mother was a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
My mother defended us. My mother, she interrogated us up and down. Pues, ¿qué pasó? What happened? And we told her. My mother was very smart. I tell you, us women, it's mexicanas.
That's right. That's right.
We got it. And she argued.
Uh-huh.
The investigators would come by, and my mother would talk to them, and we went to meetings. My mother, and I don't know how my mother did it, but she did it. They dropped the charges.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. She was smart, and she didn't have an education. Huh?
Yeah. Have
I ever tried to gain the rights to that photo?
Yeah.
Someone brought it to my attention about that. My daughter wanted to do that. My daughter wanted to, she says, Mama, they're selling posters of you everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Mom, that's your picture. They're making money off you. I said, well, they shouldn't be, you know. Nobody should make money off my picture. If they want to have a picture, well, fine. You know what? I'll agree to that, but not to make money off of it.
Right.
If anybody's going to make money, then that's me. I make the money. You know? Really, serious, I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
But I just feel it's a time where I was protesting and I was fighting for equality and our rights for our raza, and you know, I feel that to me that picture brings a lot of memories to me. You know, the fighting I did, I really had it in my heart. We're gonna make a change, you know.
Yeah.
I was saying Chicano, you know.
That's right.
Because I believed, you know. I believe that we're gonna make a change. That we did make some changes, you know. We have made changes, and it was just. That's what was my passion. It was in my heart. I had a passion, and that was my passion to fight for our raza, for our people, for equality, you know, and liberation. That's exactly, and that picture will show you how I felt.
I love that picture. Within your 50 years of being a beret, was there ever a time you thought you'd give up? What has kept you pushing forward? And just kind of a part to this question is, do you ever see former friends of yours who were berets lose their passion about the issues? And then continuing, if so, what would you tell them, or what would you tell a beret now who is losing their way? So we'll start with the first point, which is, did you ever think about giving up, and what kept you pushing?
There was maybe 2 times that I did feel like giving up. Because we're nonviolent, okay. During the marcha, when we came out of Hemet, I believe somewhere it was in Hemet. Yeah, we came out of Hemet. We were marching, and when we got to Riverside, my commander pulled me to the side and told me, you know, we should take a break. And I said, why? Because you're going for a couple of days, you know. You can meet up with us. You'll probably be maybe Corona. And he goes, I go, why? You know, I'm okay. I'm fine, you know. And he says, no, it's dangerous. And I said, what's dangerous, you know? And he says, you know, we have dynamite. I said, what? Dynamite? What do we need dynamite for? You know, we're gonna blow up. You know, I said, that's stupid. That's really dumb. What do you have dynamite? I was real mad. I went to David Sanchez. I go, you know what, pendejo? What are you doing with dynamite? Where'd you get that dynamite from? All of a sudden, we had a little trailer, and I was like, what's in that trailer? And nobody said nothing. That trailer was guarded. You know, and they kept real careful. And finally, I got told. Yeah, because I was a lieutenant from the Brown Beret, and the captain came up to me and the commander and told me, and I go, no. I go, you know what? Then no one should be marching with that. Put that away. So we got to Casa Blanca. I kept on, and I got to Casa Blanca. I kept an eye on that thing, you know. I took Casa Blanca and I said, you know what? If you don't get rid of this thing right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not going to go any further, I'm going to let everybody know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't do that. You know what? We'll discharge you. I don't care. I said, you know what? Do whatever you do, but I still continue. I get into mecha. You know what? I do my own thing. You know, you can't tell me that. You go, enough is enough. You know what? You treat us women like you know, like nothing. Like we don't know, like you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I am a lieutenant. You made me a lieutenant, and I'm glad you did tell me about this. But it doesn't make no sense because if this thing goes off, we're going to blow all of us to kingdom come.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the whole town. There's enough dynamite to blow up Casa Blanca, whole Casa Blanca, Riverside, I would say.
Yeah.
And so they got, I don't know, but it disappeared. They got rid of it. Didn't go with us to Corona.
Uh-huh.
So I
So,
got
yeah,
to Corona, you know. Yeah.